So we have come to that stage of weaning. I have a 6 month, just about 6 months or so old baby girl, and we have started introducing solid foods, and which is something that can be really interesting and also challenging in a sense. So I just was thinking about some of the things that we have been trying, and hence the reason why in front of me there's like a bowl of all these goodies. So we have been trying with a little girl. We've done some pears with her, and we've also done some apples. We have done some mango. We have done banana. We have done oranges. You might be asking yourself like, oh well, Claire, where is the vegetables? We've done some potatoes, we've done some carrots as well. I'm going to start off with the greens. I know some people say it's better if you start with the bitter stuff and then you go to the sweet stuff later on. But I read somewhere that they were saying, well, it doesn't really matter. Eventually, the child has already developed some sense of a taste anyway. And so I've been mixing up everything. So there are some people that prefer to start with the vegetables and then they go later to the fruit, whereas there are those who prefer either way. But for me, I do generally mix them up all together. So what I've been doing so far, because obviously milk is still supposed to be the main nutrition for your child at that stage, or the baby at that stage. So my girl has continued to drink her milk, has continued to have her bottles, but I've realized that the frequency of the bottle consumption has reduced as we have introduced the solid food, but also I guess to a point where she's sleeping a little bit longer in the night. Hallelujah, which is really good, which is good news, which is something that every parent will love to hear. So the first time when I did like the banana, all that I did was, you need to look for banana that is really, really, really very ripe, because if you go for the green bananas, they'll have more starch in them and more carbohydrates, of course, because then that could be a problem. Because the first time I got a good grip of this, I ended up with constipation with the little one, and so it's something that you have to be careful with. So you need to really have a quite really overripe banana. That's a good idea. And so what I did was just take a banana, blend it with some milk. You can do breast milk, you can do blend it with formula if you're formula feeding. Some people say water, but for me, I believe the milk would still be a little bit more better nutritional value, and it should be of help to them. And then when I did like the mango, I've obviously done a similar thing. I've just taken the mango, peeled it off, and then blended it, because I'm not doing baby-led weaning. I'm doing more purees. So like, because she doesn't really have teeth yet, so I don't want to risk anything, because obviously I've had issues with choking before. That's another story for another time. So I'm not risking it at all. With the oranges, so she really just likes to suckle on them, and that's something that also I've realized with my boy. He just loved to, so I put it like in the pellet, put it for her in the mouth, and then just allow her to get the juice out of it. I also have like a small meshy thing that you can put in all the oranges, and then they can just suck out and get the juice rather than getting the whole thing, because obviously you have to be careful with issues to do with choking. When it comes to things like apples and pears, I've done it a little bit different, because obviously they can be a little bit more harder, and the harder the fruit or the vegetable, the chances are increasing for things like choking. And so what I do with them, I peel them off. Once I peel them off, then I cut into small pieces, and then I just boil them in water. And then once I boil them in water, I blend them in the water that I've boiled them in, and then that's what I'll give it to her. If it's like very runny consistency, I could mix it up with some banana. If it is very thick, I could thin it down with milk, because obviously I'm just trying again. It's trial and error anyway. I've also tried yogurt, natural full fat yogurt, which has been kind of really a hit with her. I talked about the potatoes, she enjoyed it, the carrots, And I'm now going to go for the greens. I know some people will be judging me and saying you should have started with the greens, with broccoli and everything, but hey, mama, do what is best for you. And for me, I believe more in the nutrition, and of course somebody will say fruits have more sugar in them, so you should do more fruits. But at the end of the day, I'm balancing that out, ensuring that she still has her milk, she still has vitamin D supplement, which is something that is recommended. And also if your child is having less than 500 ml of formula or breastfed, they need the vitamin D. And then of course I'm trying also to ensure that she's hydrated, so I boil tap water, cool it down, and then I give it to her. So I thought, like, when I'm doing this journey of weaning, I'll have a bit of a chance to talk about it, and I'll do some of the demos as we go along. I haven't tried any like the porridges and things like that. There are people that prefer to go into like Cerelacs and things like that, but I'm not really a big fan with anything that has things like rice in it, because obviously rice can have arsenic in it, and that's something that you don't want to really expose your child to so much of it in high quantities. I've not tried wheat because obviously if I'm doing milk, I do not want to do wheat because of the protein, and of course I want to do slowly by slowly, so that just in case there are any allergies, I can be able to pick them up as I go. So I thought I'll share that with you, and if there's anything that you think is really amazing. I haven't tried things like avocados. I will be going next week to the greens, and I'll let you know how it goes. But at the moment we seem to be trying, and sometimes she eats and sometimes she's like, well, it is what it is, isn't it? So I'll let you go, and I'll again come back again with another update following introduction of the greens and seeing how it goes.